Hello everybody, happy Friday, I hope you're doing very well, and as you can probably tell by the title, I guess, I'm going to be spoiling you today with many football shirts. I have a rather thick boy parcel here which has 5 football shirts in, and I thought why not get them all out in one go. As explained in my previous video, I do have a little bit of backlog, and I thought, you know what, why not show you this 5? So maybe you can guess from the packaging, this is going to be a classic football shirts opening, and I bought these during one of their 20% discounts. And as you know, usually when those occur, I end up buying some of the cheaper shirts and just buying them in bulk. And to be honest, it's a little bit difficult when it comes to some of these teams, because when you start looking at sort of Division 4 Turkish teams, there isn't really much to say about them, and secondly, a lot of the shirts are a little bit more on the simpler side. So I thought, instead of just breaking it down over effectively 2.5 weeks, why not just show you all 5 here, and I suppose we can decide between us which of the 5 we like the most. And to be honest, I've had these since the beginning of April, so it's pretty much 2 weeks now since I've opened them. It's only fair that I get to see what they are, and I suppose with it being classic football shirts, there's always the small chance that something has gone wrong. So it's a great way for me to get my hand on multiple shirts. I haven't done one of these, well, I've never done one of these, certainly to this degree, but it saves me from having to wait, which I am getting a little bit tired of when it comes to months. I don't mind waiting a few weeks, but when it comes to 2 months, I kind of want to get them open. Specifically because I do have some very good shirts behind me to show you. So here it is, let's get it peeled, and we'll see what it comes. I mean, ultimately, I can't really go in as much in depth as I usually would, partly because this video will never end, so I'm just going to do it as I sort of open them, come to them. We'll have a little bit of an explanation, and that'll be it. So we'll see how it goes. It's the first time. So, we usually have some classic football shirt stuff in here somewhere, I suspect, but let's go for this thing. Okay, so we've actually ended up with the most expensive shirt in our collection. Now, the only thing that I'm slightly worried about is I can't necessarily see a sponsor on the front of here. I hope it's somewhere located further down, because I know they have them with sponsors. So we might already have our first mistake, which is so typical. Please don't do this to me. Oh, they've done it to me. So, first one, 1 out of 5, we don't have sponsor on, and I'm absolutely 100% certain that I would have bought this with a sponsor on. I just, wow, why do they do this? I understand that I do buy these ones when it's very busy because people are buying during 20% off, but yeah, why is it so difficult? Like, surely you'd know my name by now. Be careful, put a little check mark. You know, you've kind of screwed him over a few times. Let's not, make it a habit. So, yeah, anyway. This is Denizlispor, which is a team from Turkey, as you would suspect from that sort of team name there. And it does have this rather large rooster on the front, and it's meant to have the sponsor sitting in there. And the primary reason why I went for this is because it has this quite interesting graphic, and it is a Diadora shirt. They're slowly making a good comeback. And then on the back of the shirt, when it comes to the design, there's not really much going on there. It's just sort of black and green. Now, from what I can tell, this is their away shirt from last season, if I remember, 21-22. That is last season. I suppose technically seasons are finished now. 21-22. And this was the most expensive shirt during this purchase. It was about £18.39 after discount. So it was slightly more than the £20 at full retail. However, I'm going to have to message them, and hopefully they still have some mediums available with a sponsor on, because yeah, that's a shame. So first one down, first one not particularly gone too well. So let's just hide that one for the moment. Number 2. There we go. Right then, so we've got another one. Does have a sponsor on, so that's always a good start. Another Diadora shirt. Interesting design. We've gone for a light blue one. So it is another, possibly, I think, another Turkish team. They are seemingly the cheapest shirts, partly because the currency is rather cheap, so it's cheap enough to pick them up. Right then. There we go. So it's a sort of light blue, a sky blue, I suppose, if you're a Manchester City fan. And on the back of the neck there, it says the Pazarspor, which is the club name. If we bring it around to the front, there we go. It's quite a cool, interesting design. kind of a little bit reminds me of the Mumbai City shirt, the one which is Puma, which is the same colour, really. That's what I'm thinking about. Everything is sort of screen printed apart from this patch, which is a very, very thin sort of plastic transfer on there. And it's Pazarspor Kulubu, which I believe this is their home shirt from the current season, I believe. So it's quite a current one, of course, or I suppose the season's finished. It has an interesting sort of V-neck collar, my favourite style of V-neck. It's a simple shirt. It's got a little bit of elastication, as you would probably expect with Diadora. But we are now 1-1 when it comes to the shirts that I ordered, and it has the tag on there, so that's pretty good. I actually really like that shirt. For £19.99 before discount, it's a good price. Number 3 is going to be this one here. Okay then, so let's look at it like this, and like that. It has manufacturer's logo on there. It's a little bit difficult to see, but I suspect those of you who've been watching my videos for a while can only guess where this is coming from, because they only seem to operate in the one country, it seems. Let's go. Is there any parcels in it? No. Oh, it's quite an interesting one, this one. It's almost very faint when it comes to the colour. It's like it's been sort of stained with the sun. So it's a very blurry one. So you've got this sort of sponsor on there, which almost looks like they've got an image, and it's not quite big enough to fit on, well, this sort of size of material, and they've just obviously blown it up, and it's just not, it's kind of blurry. But it has this interesting design, a sort of spotted effect, which I think I've only really probably got this on that Queen of the South shirt. Is it Queen of the South? Queen's Park, sorry. Queen's Park shirt, which has those dots on. That's pretty cool. And then on the back there, we have just a little bit of a thingy. So we have a tag, which is good. Bring it around to the front. So it's a continuation of that pattern. And we also have sort of, I suppose it's down the sides, but it's almost on the front. Another interesting design, which when looking at it, I can't see it saying anything in particular. It must be some sort of meaning to the club locally. And this one is PWD Bamenda Football Club, the Abakwa Boys, which of course, as you suspect, would be a team that comes from Cameroon, like all of these fusion shirts do come from. And it has this very luminous yellow, neon yellow, vault yellow running across the inside of the collar there, which kind of probably makes it look a little bit more interesting when you've got this. I don't know if it's intentionally meant to look like it's blurred, or if it's just one of those ones that's just not a particularly strong sort of transfer across. This one is from the 2021-2022 season, and I believe this one, oh no, it's not. In fact, I have it down as 2022-2023 from Classic Football Shirts, and it says, I suppose it doesn't necessarily actually say it. It's actually just another number which coincidentally says 2021. So this is the current home shirt, and I quite like this actually. It's really cool. It's kind of messing with my eyes a little bit, but that's cool. I think that one's the best one out of it. So 2 successes, 1 fail. We have 2 more to go, and we have this one. Oh, would you look at that? It looks like it's almost the same shirt, doesn't it? We've got some more sort of dotted effects. And it's the same manufacturer, so I guess, again, we can know where this one's going to be coming from. Right then, let's have a look at the rear of this shirt. So it is white with these black efforts. What does it say on the back there? Kalara Club. Interesting. I don't know what even that means, to be honest. But we've got some black spots which fade up to the white. And if we bring it round to the front, we also have that luminous yellow once again. It seems to be a pattern with this manufacturer. And then we have the same sort of reverse of the shirt design there with the MTN sponsor. If we go like that, we have... is that possibly a coat of arms of Yaoundé, which is the city where this club is based? We actually have at least we have one other one from that city. I don't know if we have 2 from that one. And this is Tonnerre Kalara Club Yaoundé. Founded in 1934, apparently, based on the crest there. And we have some sort of black trims on the sleeves, which is only on the front and not on the rear, which is an interesting way of doing that. And then we also have the Cameroon sort of patch on the sleeve. I suspect these are probably in the top division, but possibly could be in the second division. It is a little bit difficult when it comes to finding information about these clubs, but I don't know how many Cameroon shirts I have now. 6, something like that. Really wasn't expecting that something to be in my collection. But that's quite cool. Interesting shirt. It's a simple one, isn't it? Down to the final one. Hopefully this one is also correct. I'm trying to find... Have we got any gifts? You know, usually you get like a trading card or something, but there's absolutely nothing unless it's hidden away in here. No. Okay then. Well, I didn't even get a card. So then we have the final one, and it is this almost like a mustard yellow colour. It's not yellow, it's not gold, it's mustard yellow. Let's get this one open. Who do we have here? Well, it's Diadora. Now it's cheap, so it must only mean one thing. It's another one from Turkey. So there we go. So there's the rear of the shirt. It has sort of sponsors in this one, which is always a good thing. And then it has sort of white trims. And on the back of the neck, it says, I think it says, Arif Gulen. Whether or not that means something in Turkish or if that's a player or a sort of person that's to do with the club. And then we have the front. Now, this one has an interesting name because it's one that I'm going to struggle to pronounce. So it says Darika Gençler Birliği Spor Kulübü. That's as good as you're going to get from me. They don't play in the top division. I don't believe they play sort of probably 3rd division. But you have this very, very cool sort of screen printed version of the crest on the front of there. It reminds me of another Turkish shirt that I recently added. I genuinely have forgotten who they are because I have more Turkish shirts than a lot of nations, which again I wasn't anticipating, but they are really cheap. £20 even before a discount. It's not too bad, and I actually really like that gold crest there. Gold and green. It's almost like something you'd see on, well, obviously one of the sort of teams that have sort of really won a sort of a big achievement, sort of a league title, etc. That's very, very nice. Got the tag on there, which is good. And of course, these are all medium in size. So I don't know what the availability for these shirts is because I haven't. Well, I bought these 2 months ago. Usually the cheaper ones that are like these are all £19. Slowly get picked up because people like to wear them for £5 a side, or I mean, I don't know if mystery boxes are still really much of a thing, but you can pick them up for £20. I suppose you could sell them for £35 and make a little bit of margin on them. But this one's quite cool. I try to not pick ones that are just a little bit boring. I try to find ones that have something about them, so it's at least if I do say, oh, I've got one of them and it has a cool design, that's okay. So yeah, that was it really. That's the first time I've done a multiple opening like that. Just the one that I need to speak to them about, which is a shame because it's the most expensive one and I've been looking for one of their shirts for a while. I have a feeling they're not going to have any in stock because I believe they sold out before and I missed out. So we'll see how it goes. I'm guessing they're going to maybe get a little bit tired of me, but hey, send me the right product and there's going to be no problems. So yeah, let me know, what do you think is the best shirt? I think probably if I had to choose, I might go with this one, even though it looks like it's faded a little bit, but that's quite cool. That one has the interesting crest. That probably has the best crest of the lot. This one is okay. It follows a decent sort of nice little template going on. This one's nice just because it's blue. I mean, it's the wrong shade of blue, but it's still rather nice and striking. And then this one probably would have been very, very good. Feels a little bit more premium. Unfortunately, it doesn't have the sponsor on, so yeah, that's a shame, isn't it? So we shall see. Usually when they make it up for me, they just send me either a refund or they just send me a replacement and I get to keep that one. But I'd rather get the right one. So that is it. I hope you enjoyed the video. A little bit different. Let me know, did you like it or not? I don't know if I'm going to continue to do this because it involves me buying multiple shirts at a time. But maybe the next time they have 20% off and I buy another bunch of cheaper ones, I could do the same. So hope you have a great weekend ahead, and I'll update you depending on when I release this and when I get response back from Classic Football Shirts if I have got a replacement for that Denzel Spore one. Thank you for watching my video as always. Goodbye.